Hi guys, my name is Chante Summers. My pronouns are she, her. I identify as a Black queer woman and a willow tree. I wanted to talk to you guys about how data tells a story. As a synthetic organic chemist for many, many years, I worked in the lab to create small molecules that would be used for oncology research as well as vaccine research and ultimately get to the patient as quick as possible. I was in the lab for about 10 years, and over that time I learned a lot about how data can tell us a story. For me in the lab, it was a lot about how can I make a small molecule? How can I make it faster? How can I make it better? Can I make it cheaper so that ultimately when the patient needs it, it can get to them in a way that is accessible both financially and at your doctor's office. And then ultimately I did make the switch in the last year to writing stories about our clinical data work. So once a molecule is ready and done through all of the levels of research, that takes about 10 years. It has to go into people like you. Every single day we test on humans in a very safe way to understand if it is safe and effective, and ultimately that data has to go through something and someone so that we can ask the FDA and other agencies around the world to say, can we market this? Can we put it in people and sell it to the industry such that everybody has access to it? And to do so, that requires telling a story. So once the clinical trials generate their data, a medical writer has to go in and take all of that information in a digestible way. So my two favorite things is to ask ourselves what story is being told here for both the scientists and the general audience. So the scientists, we have lots of jargon, we have lots of words, and that's like writing a scientific paper for literature or a thesis, a dissertation. And at the end of the day, there are people that are in the clinical trials who aren't scientists but still want to know that information. And so a lot of my job is doing science communication and writing it in a way that is what we refer to as plain language. So the average American actually has a reading level of 5th to 8th grade, and that's not how we write a lot of our literature papers. And so I spend a lot of my time creating documents that can go to the patients and understand what they gave to the clinical trials and how they helped us, and tell the story that way. So I think what I want everybody to take away from today is really how can you take your science and write a story such that it gives everybody in the room an opportunity to understand it. Thank you.